let's take a look at how this guy said he made $613,960 his first year on YouTube. This interests me a lot because obviously I would love to make $613,000 on YouTube. But I have looked into other videos on, I mean, just what does YouTube make for 1,000 views? What does it make for 1,000,000 views? And apparently, as I'm sure this guy will get into it, it is generally like $1 to $30 per 1,000 views after you become a partner. So let's see what a little bit of what he says.
Last year was my first full year on YouTube, and in that 1 year, I made $613,960.75. But it wasn't always like that. You see, when I posted my first video on YouTube on February 17th, 2021, I didn't know how long it would take me to start making money with YouTube. I mean, at the very beginning, I was only averaging between 5 and 10 views per video. If a video got over like 20 views, that was considered really good for me. And because of this, I was obviously making $0 from YouTube for kind of a long time. In fact, if I go into the back end of my channel, I've got it filtered to 2021 to show you just how little views my videos were getting. If you look closely at
this is really interesting to me because this guy is getting into analytics I don't get to see. These are, maybe I could see some of these, but there is analytics that only partners can see. And, this guy's got years worth of stuff all the way back to 2021. And he has, look at this, 794,000 views. It doesn't say impressions on there or the click rate, average duration. But, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff on here. And this is good. This is good to see from a person who doesn't have numbers like that.
This chart here, you can see that on the day I posted my first video ever, which was February 17th, 2021, I got a whopping 12 views on that video. And honestly, I was kind of excited about that. The fact that 12 random people decided to click on a video titled, "Hi, I'm Joshua Mayo," just blew my mind. But then you can see that my next video, which was posted almost a month later on March 8th, 2021, that video only got 4 views. Yeah, you heard me right. I said 4.
Yeah,
4
I
views.
understand.
And then
how
the next
that
day,
happens.
0. And if I just scrub through this flat line here, you can see that my views are pretty much non-existent. Like, yes, I do get the occasional couple of views here and there. Occasionally, I'll get a little bit over 10 views. But for the most part, from the first day I posted on YouTube all the way until the beginning of May,
we're not going to be non-existent though, right?
I was getting virtually 0 views. And just keep in mind, I was posting, relatively consistently. I posted 9 videos in total from March until May. And then I posted this video here, the top 5 best Vanguard ETFs. And
the heck is an ETF? This guy's making all kinds of good stuff, like 9 side hustles you can start with no something, $100 per day. This financial stuff, it's for somebody. I don't think I'll ever be making content like that. This is those guys that are, obviously he's rich, right? He's a millionaire, $613,000 a year. But this is the type of stuff that's kind of cringy to me. It's like, oh, make $500 a day, make $100 a day. And what it usually ends up with is their master class in the comments or whatever in the more section. And, they're selling like how to get rich on YouTube, how to do this, how to do that. It's kind of cringe. It makes money, but I don't know.
And as soon as I posted that video, my views spiked a little bit. You can see here, a few hundred views and then 1,500 views on one day.
1,500 is pretty good.
Definitely my biggest one yet compared to all my other videos that were getting like 10 to 20 views. And then after that, I had a couple of other, really small spikes, a couple thousand views. But then after that, it's pretty much flat.
2,400.
And I'm only getting a couple hundred views per day from May all the way
couple
until,
hundred
like,
must be
October,
nice.
minus like these 3 small spikes right here. And just keep in mind, okay, I had been consistently posting this entire time. Like some weeks I was even posting 3 videos. Now, most people
3
would have given
videos
up
a
at
week.
this point, right? I mean, we're talking
Gotta
about
be on
9
that
months
grind.
of consistently posting videos, making no money, making no progress, seeing no results. And then in mid-October, everything changed when this video here randomly decided to go viral.
To
the
earn
views
income.
and subscribers on my channel began exponentially
maybe
increasing.
I should make something
and as a
like
result,
that.
my income also
Just
began
kidding.
exponentially increasing. You can see here from the top of 2021 when I first started this channel all the way until about mid-September 2021, I was making $0 on YouTube, right? $0, flat line.
$7,748 estimated revenue. Guessing that's for the rest of this year. $22.38 playback based CPM. The RPM is $9.75. That's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's like, yeah, that's the dollars per 1,000 views RPM.
And the entire time. And then on September 10th, 2021, I made my first $1.16 on YouTube. And I was making a couple of dollars per day from mid-September until late October when that video began going viral. And then from that point, my YouTube income began increasing. You can see here $12 in one day.
From what I understand, this guy is hitting some of the higher money per 1,000 views. From what I understand, a lot of YouTubers are going to hit that $1 to $5 range per 1,000 views. And that's if people are, seeing the commercials and stuff like that. Obviously maybe sponsors can help, Patreons and whatnot, but per 1,000 views is going to be pretty low. This guy is probably, from the number up here, $613,000. He's probably going to be telling us that he's at like $30 or $40 per 1,000 views, and he's got millions and millions of views.
$22, $35, $68, peaks at $167 on November 2nd, 2021, and then it kind of fluctuates
per day, not per 1,000 views, what he's talking about right now.
Through the end of the year, and jumps one last time at the end of the year with a $206 day on December 29th, 2021. And so in 2021, my total income from YouTube was $7,748.31. Okay. But then if I go up here and filter it from 2021 to the year 2022, you can see a very different story.
Look at this, $362,000.
That will begin breaking down exactly how I made over $613,000 last year on YouTube, what income sources I had, and what my goals are for this year, 2023. And so let's start off right away with doing an income breakdown to show you exactly how I made this money. So my income on YouTube last year was broken down into 3 major categories: ads, sponsors, and affiliates. And these were the 3 biggest income sources for my YouTube channel last year. And what we'll do is kind of work backwards and first start off with talking about sponsors, which was actually my smallest YouTube income source last year. Now, for most YouTubers, sponsorships actually make up the largest percentage.
By the way, this YouTube is sponsored by nothing. Sponsored by me.
Of their income. But for me, and that may change this year, but for me, sponsorships actually made up the smallest percentage of my income. And so last year for sponsorship income, I made a total of $105,234.
Goodness. He says, this is my smallest income, $105,000 in sponsorships. Maybe graduating college was not the right idea. I should have been on YouTube.
and 59 cents. Now, this may come as a shock for some of you that this was actually considered my lowest source of income. And the main reason for this is because I really didn't start taking on sponsorships until about April of 2021. And even then, my channel was still much smaller back then, and so the amount of money that I was making per sponsorship was still much smaller than what it is now. And so this year, that number will be substantially higher, but you know, last year it was smaller. Next is affiliate income from affiliate marketing.
The affiliate stuff, this is going to be definitely hit or miss. You either need to be showing off products or, I don't know, a lot of the YouTube stuff with affiliate stuff, it's cringy. You know, who's going to want to sit around? I mean, unless you're like fishing and then you're going to try and sell the fishing pole, or if you're, you know, maybe showing off a video game or something where you could link it to that. I don't know, maybe a console, the Switch or something. I don't know. I have a different outlook on a lot of things, but a lot of this stuff is just not for the normal person, especially this dude's $613,000. You're not going to be able to just make a YouTube account and within your first year, obviously his first year was $7,000, but the second year, $300-something thousand. Like, obviously this guy, I haven't, we can check out his profile, but obviously, he's doing financial stuff. Maybe he has a degree in it and he's going to actually be given some real sound advice and teach you what an EFT is and stuff like that. Obviously, he's selling something because he's got affiliates and probably made more than the sponsors. But yeah, it's kind of cringe.
Which was my second largest income source. Affiliate marketing is when you make money by promoting someone else's product or service, typically through an affiliate link. An example of this would be, let's just say I made a video about how I film my YouTube videos, right? And in that video, I mentioned that I use a Sony a7S III camera. I then mentioned that if you want to buy the camera, that you can use the link down below in the description, which would lead you to Amazon.com.
I wonder if you could promote other people's master classes and make money off that. I mean, you might be able to. I don't know if they offer affiliates, but a master class, I don't know anybody that's taken a master class, and I don't even know if they're actually useful.
Where you can then buy the camera. And so now every time someone goes to my video description, clicks on the Amazon link, and then proceeds to buy the camera or anything closely related to the camera, such as a lens, mic, SD card, or perhaps a light, I'll earn a commission from that
that's
sale.
even
But
the
last
stuff
year,
associated
with affiliate
to
marketing, I earned $146,141.21.
What am I doing with my life? In the affiliate links alone, this guy's claiming $146,000. He didn't even have to work for that. That's half a house right there. Or at least a fourth of a house, today's market. But geez, $146,000. We got to get in this game, y'all.
And again, this may come as a complete surprise that was only my second largest source of income. And the best part is that it was mostly all passive. And finally, let's talk about my largest source of income, which was YouTube ads. And I think that this is the income stream that most of you are interested in. And so what I'm gonna do is really go in and break this income down, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys the behind the scenes of my YouTube dashboard and just really kind of spend some time breaking this down. And so first things first, in total last year,
on this account, you guys, there's no ads. There's barely anybody even watching this. But in the event that they do watch it, if you do see ads, I didn't put them on there. They are automatic YouTube ads, okay? So don't blame me if you see ads.
Here for YouTube ads, I made $362,584.88. So the biggest question that I think a lot of you will have, minus, how much did you actually earn from YouTube ads, which I just showed you. But the biggest question that I think...
Let's look at these numbers. Now all this line is small, and he's making $21.2 per thousand, 44.42 CPM. I don't know what that is. Holy crap. This dude has to be reaching. Before we continue, let's look up Joshua Mayo.
Last year was my first full
Oh no,
year
it's still playing. Joshua Mayo. And let's go to his account. 845,000 subscribers. He's only made 205 videos. Dude is a YouTube superstar. Last name is Mayo, but I hate mayonnaise. Do love personal finance, so I choose, what does it say? I do love personal, so I choose to talk about that. Okay. Pro YouTuber, I don't know what that is. Instagram. Goodness. So he's looking, I mean, he makes a lot of stuff like $200 a day, $350 a day, what does that say? $10,000 a month. $3,145 a day. You can do this. It's so easy. $15,000 a month, y'all. I don't know. A lot of this stuff is not doable. You could probably watch every one of these videos, and you're not going to be able to make any of this money. It's going to be Amazon drop shipping. It's going to be, we can watch some more of this dude's videos. Maybe I'll send him a sub. 6 monthly dividend ETFs to earn income. 8,664. It just comes up with these random numbers a week. 4 easiest AI side hustles. Maybe we'll check out this guy. We'll give him a sub. But and also anybody else, I don't own this guy. I don't own these content. I'm just reacting to this guy. So go send him a sub. Obviously, he doesn't probably need any more, and he's rich as all get out. But I'd like to cover another video on like some of this stuff. I mean, come on, look at it. $700 a day, no skill, a work from home side hustle. If this stuff is true, just say it is, there shouldn't be any homeless people. Yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
I think most of you will have is what exactly was my average RPM? Because for a channel my size to earn over $362,000 on YouTube from ads in 1 year is kind of crazy, considering that there are channels about 5 times my size who are still not earning this much from ads. Now, if you don't know what RPM is, it stands for revenue per Mila, not mile, not milli, but Mila, which is the French word for 1,000. And so the RPM or revenue per Mila is how much money you earn for every 1,000 views on your YouTube channel. And so the higher this number is, the more money you'll make per 1,000 views.
I can get 1,000 views at all.
In general, the average RPM on for most YouTube channels sits between $3 and $4. You can see here, someone on Reddit says that they're a musician with an RPM of between $3 and $4 and get roughly 1.5 million views per month, which generally earns them between $6,000 and $7,000
$6,000 to $7,000 a month.
Pretty much the average for most channels, depending on what type of content you make. But for my channel,
and that dude's probably making like real music. He's got like probably something to offer to actually, like if I would probably go to that guy's page and listen to his music and enjoy it, put it on and go run. But this dude, he's making boatloads of cash.
Million views would earn me between $20,000 and $40,000. And once again, this has everything to do with my RPM, because while most YouTube channels have RPMs that sit between $3 and $4, my channel RPM fluctuates on some months to as high as $40. And on average for the year of 2022, my RPM is about $21.20. Also, it's important to mention that the RPM literally changes every single day. And so on one day,
if I could make $20
might jump up to $30, $35.
$20 is $20.
The next day, it's back down to $25, $20. But for YouTube channels that talk about things like money, finance, investing, things like that, our channel RPMs tend to be significantly higher than most other YouTube channels because the advertisers that are advertising on our videos are willing to pay a lot more money. As you can see, in the month of October, my average RPM was almost $30. In November, it was $27.43 on average, and in December, it was $21.34 on average. You may also notice that there's another number here that's higher than the RPM, which is the CPM.
That's more than like most of America in an entire year. I looked at like per state, and there's towns where people make like $20,000 for their whole family, and they're living on that. $40,000, their whole family, they're living on that. This is crazy.
Yeah, and CPM stands for cost per Mila. And the CPM is how much money you'll make before YouTube takes their cut of the pie, and the RPM is what you'll receive after YouTube's cut. Now, compared to 2021, when I was making $0 from the month of February to September, this year tells a different story. And it's really fascinating to see the growth of my income on YouTube just by looking at this chart right here, right? So you can see at the very beginning of the year, on January 1st, I was doing about $150 per day. But if I just keep scrubbing here along this timeline, you can see that the income slowly begins increasing as the months go on.
$500 a day.
Posting content and remaining consistent.
$1,000
it gets to a point where I'm earning over $1,000 per day from just YouTube ads alone. And then you can see here toward the end of the year, I'm now at a point where I'm hitting over $2,000
Where's the
on
peak?
a single day from ads.
Is it
okay, so that was last year.
He didn't show it.
What exactly
almost want to scrub back to that. What would it have been?
Of the year,
so just under, like, between 6,000 and 9,000. So, you know, $7.5 thousand a day. Well, I mean, it was short lived, but gosh, if I could make if any one of us watching this video could make $7,500 in a single day, you know, you would quit your job. You would quit your job if you made whatever this month. It's probably like $80,000 this month. If you made that in 1 month on YouTube, you would say, I hit the dang lottery, and I'm going to quit my job and just figure out how to do that again.
Now at a point where I'm hitting over $2,000 on a single day from ads. Okay, so that was last year, 2022. What exactly are my income goals for this year in 2023?
My income goals are $10 million a year.
Your goals out loud. Even if you're not physically writing your goals down, I've personally never done that, but I have always been pretty public about my goals.
Never done that.
Back
I've never
on
written it down.
I think third video on this channel. In that video, I said it was
5
my
things
goal
I'm
to
doing
hit
now.
100K subscribers by the end of 2021, and I didn't reach that goal, but I did quickly reach it in the first quarter of 2022. And then last year in 2022, I set a goal to reach $500,000 in YouTube income for the year.
Bro, this month I remember that he was like trying to get 500K at first, but then you were aiming higher.
Trying to get 500K.
And I did exactly that. I achieved it. I also said last year in
that other guy,
that it was my
maybe
goal
he's
to
rich, but
1 million subscribers.
He didn't sound like it.
This year, 2023.
Of course, got the 100K plaque right there.
100K plaque
coming at you soon. 1 million next year.
And
he said next year. That was in 2022. We just saw he's at 845,000, and it's 2025, almost at the end of 2025. So yeah, although he's doing really good, he's obviously done well enough. I don't know how many videos he's put out since then, but over 205 videos. If he really is making that, and this isn't just fluff, he probably is like putting out maybe a video every few months at this point. Dude's in Costa Rica on a freaking yacht.
That I'm going to reach that goal. And in terms of income, my goal for this year is to reach $2 million in combined income for the year. And so 1 million subscribers and $2 million in total income for the year 2023. Those are my goals.
Goodness.
And the way that I'm going to achieve them is just by simply focusing on one day at a time. Small victories day after day, week after week, month after month will eventually lead to massive victories when compounded over time. And I implore you guys to do the exact same thing for your lives. Set really ambitious goals for yourself this year. Make promises.
My ambitious goal for this year is gonna be, I'm at 29 subscribers. I want you watching this video to subscribe. That's gonna be my goal. At least, I don't know, let's say 40 subscribers. Let's just say let's aim low, you know, or let's aim for something, right? Let's say it's August 18th. Say we got, you know, 3 point something months left. Let's try and go for 11 subscribers. 11 more. Let's see. Let's put a goal on it.
But then actually keep those promises. And if you guys are interested in learning more about how I personally set my goals and then what systems I use to actually accomplish those goals, comment down below that you'd like to see a video about how to achieve your goals. And if more than,
I'm afraid if I was to comment that to try and see.
You guys are all truly amazing.
I'm afraid if I was to try and comment down below to see what those goals are, it's going to be like, I'm going to get ads, I'm going to get emails, I'm going to get something. But yeah, everybody go and follow this guy. Maybe there's something to this.
Every single one of you watching, I mean that, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day or night. And as always, I will see you again very soon. Take care.
It's a classic.
You know, one thing that I actually did respect about the Josh Mayo video is now we got Elon Musk on here, CBS. The Josh Mayo video. I actually respect that he didn't put like commercials that you can't skip. So I actually pay for YouTube Premium, and I'm going to come out with a video about ads and commercials because I absolutely hate them so much. But so I pay for Premium so I don't get any ads. I don't have to do the ad blocker. I literally will pay almost $20 a month to not have to deal with ads. They are so annoying. And so another way around it, and it's probably sponsors, and this guy says he has sponsors and stuff, but in a for a sponsor, they'll be like, by the way, Athletic Greens, hey, you know what? If someone wants to sponsor me, I guess if you have to do it, you have to, and wherever you're gonna put it in the video, it's up to you. I didn't see any of that. The whole video, I didn't see, hey, this is my sponsor. And usually if you start to try and fast forward it, I'm on computer right now, but like usually I'm on my phone or my iPad, and I like double tap the side to try and get it to go 10 seconds. It'll say jump ahead, so I can click jump ahead, and it goes zzz, and it jumps ahead past their commercial that they put in their own video. So it's a completely unskippable thing because you're literally watching the guy give you an ad. And so, I actually respect that he didn't do that. And so, anyways, thanks guys for watching. Let me know in my comments down below if you liked it. If you didn't like it, shoot me a like and subscribe. That's all I got for now. Thanks.